everybody, it's Michelle, and today I've got for you a quick standing reformer workout using a magic circle as our prop. So we're going to use the springs to get some work for our lower body and then the resistance of the ring to work the upper body. So it's going to be a really fun balance. We're going to start on light springs to work our inner thighs. So I have my blue medium spring on. You could go lighter, that would be even harder on the inner thighs. Or you could go heavier if you need a little more support for the inner thighs, okay? I have my platform extender on, covering my springs. If you don't have one of these, no big deal. You can just stand your foot on your platform instead, okay? So stand with your machine in front of you, and then you're gonna step one foot onto the solid side first, and then up onto the moving side. So you can stand about hip bone or a little bit wider apart with your feet, and then you're just going to hold onto the ring like a steering wheel, okay? Nice and easy. So now check in with your knees, make sure they're not hyperextended and locked out. You want to give them a teeny tiny little micro bend. Now, put a little gentle bit of pressure on the ring and just start finding your range out and in with your legs. Okay, if you want this to feel more challenging on your inner thighs, you can move this carriage foot closer to the shoulder rests. Okay, so just enough squeeze on the ring to feel a little connection to the front of the shoulders. All right, now we're going to add a rotation of the spine with this to get into our obliques a little bit. So you're going to rotate to one side, doesn't matter which, when the feet split, and then as you exhale, you're going to return to the front and squeeze the ring as hard as you can. So we kind of let the squeeze on the ring go as we rotate, and then as we come back, we press in and feel the abdominals. Yeah? So inhale, relax the ring. Exhale, compress in on it. Good, couple more times. Big breath in and then out. And you're welcome to go as far out with the feet as you can, as long as you don't have to stick your tail out or change your nice neutral alignment of your pelvis. All right, let's do that 2 more times. When we face front, let's try to give that ring as tight of a squeeze as we can. Whew. Last one. Very good. All right, now to mobilize our upper back a little bit, you're going to take the ring and hold it over your head, kind of like it's a halo. Tuck your elbows in, put a little squeeze on it. Now, this might be a little disorienting, so if it doesn't feel good to you, you don't have to arch back. You're going to lift your chest when the feet separate, and then rewrite your spine to come back in. So we inhale, and then exhale. Good. Start small. Yes, you have to really know where your weight is and be comfortable with the carriage moving under you. Lift your heart and then return. Whew, that's like some totally different ab work to stretch the abdominals without disconnecting them while we're on a moving carriage. Whew. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Feel like you go up to go back with your spine. Last one. Oh. So good, you guys. All right, let's turn around and do that on the other side. So step to the solid side of your machine, turn and face the other way. Get your feet nice and even. Place the ring in front of your chest, and then just do a couple straight leg splits to kind of get situated facing this new direction. Very good. All right, the first thing we're going to add on is our rotation. So we're going to breathe in and twist. Now exhale, give the ring a deep squeeze on the return. Good. Release the squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, return. Good. Couple more times. You want to feel like you're growing up tall out of the feet. Yes, so really connecting to the breath. The ring is a really interesting way to kind of feel how the breath can affect us. Yeah, you almost want to think of like the ring is kind of doing what our lungs are doing, right? They're kind of emptying and compressing on that exhale, and then they're re-inflating to breathe in. So it's kind of a nice little mirror going on. Last one. Very good. All right, now tuck the elbows in, take the ring above your head like it's a halo. Exhale to get ready. Now as you inhale, your arms just kind of lock into place and your upper body is what moves. And then you return. Good. So I lift my chest. The elbows kind of tip up because they're following that movement of the spine. Inhale and then exhale. Whew. Good. That is super tricky to find that extension with control. Good. If you need to do a less big split of the feet, that would be a really good modification. Or don't even lean back at all. Just squeeze the ring to feel the triceps. Last two. Very good. Abs stay connected, but lengthen. Whew. Awesome. All right. Bring the ring down. Step both of your feet to your solid surface, whether that's your extender or your platform. Okay, now we're going to take stand about hip width apart and then take one foot back to the carriage, and you're going to wrap your toes around the edge. Okay, so light springs. We should get a pretty good range of motion here. So my back knee is bent, my front knee is straight, and I'm just going to hold the ring right at my chest. So don't move the carriage yet. We'll get there. We're just going to hinge the hips, lean forward, and reach the ring towards the floor, and then come back up. Yeah, so almost like kind of a single leg, straight leg deadlift of sorts. Yes, so my back is staying totally flat. I'm hinging my tail backwards and then standing up. Good. So no movement on the springs. And then back up. Good. The back heel stays high, and then you can put as much squeeze on the ring as you like. Okay? Really be mindful of not rounding the back. Okay? You should feel a good stretch on this front hamstring if you're really keeping your back flat. Good. Now we're going to start to alternate. When you stand up, we're going to go into a lunge. So I push the back leg away, I bend the front knee and reach the ring forward. I stand up and bend my elbows and do one of our hinges. Down and then up. So we lunge and push the ring away, stand and lean forward. So since the springs are so light, we really want to go with control. Yes, so we're in charge of the speed of the springs. And lift a couple more times. Make sure the carriage comes all the way in to hit the stopper so that it's nice and stable as we hinge down and up. Okay, let's do this 2 more times. All right, now get into your lunge and stay. And we're just going to go with some little scooters here, bringing the ring in and out and pushing the carriage back and forth. Good, really sink into that bend of your knees for 4, 3, stay low, 2. Now, last one, bend the knees, bring the ring to your chest and pulse, pulse. Pulse, not too much movement on the carriage. 3, 2, now push out to your lunge to finish and stand all the way up. Ooh, tricky stuff. All right, let's switch legs. So step your new foot forward, other toes wrap around the carriage, and then back totally flat like you're taped to a board. Here we go. So we're gonna not move the carriage, hinge at the hips and lean forward, and then up. So you're only going as far as you can with a flat back. If you have to round your spine to go further, then you've gone too far. And up. So it has a lot to do with the hamstring flexibility on the front leg, yeah, how much we're able to crease and fold at the hip. Lots of factors going on. All right, you guys, let's do this 2 more times, and then we're going to pepper in our lunge. All right, now stand tall, push into your lunge. So now the front knee bends, the back leg stretches. We reverse that to stand up, get all the way to the stopper, and then do our hinge and stand. So 4 moves. 1, 2, lean forward, 3, and 4. So good, you guys. Try to keep the ribs nice and stacked over the hips in that lunge. Yes, the ring can kind of help ground us. Yeah, it's something to squeeze onto for support. So really let it help you down and up. All right, let's do this 2 more rounds all the way through. Really keep the abs nice and short here. Yes, to keep it out of the back. All right, now the next time we get into our lunge, we're gonna hold it and go into our scooters. So find your lunge, keep it, and then we come in and out, bending and stretching the arms as the leg goes in and out. Whew, so good, you guys. These light springs are not easy. 3, 2, now hold with your arms and leg bent, and we're gonna pulse up and down. Good. We're not going for much movement on the carriage. 3, 2, 1. Now push to your lunge one last time, and then stand yourself up. Awesome. All right, carefully step down to the floor. Now we're gonna go a little bit heavier to work our outer thighs, okay? So I'm gonna upgrade to a red heavy spring. You can do something similar. All right, okay. So we're gonna come back to standing facing sideways. So again, step onto the solid part, then the moving part. We're gonna change up our grip with our hands. So we're gonna take, instead of the hands on the outside of the ring, they're gonna go on the inside of the ring, which is a little bit tricky to get there. So you're just gonna hold the ring kind of upright, place the back of one hand inside, do the same with the other, and then just turn it to be in a good position. Okay, so about hip width apart. The closer your feet are to the edges of the fabric, the harder the resistance will feel. So you kind of moderate that as needed. All right, you guys. So let's stand tall and just reach the ring forward and then back as we push out and in with straight legs. So it feels totally different than it did earlier with our blue spring, right? It's much harder on the way out, and then we get a lot more help on the return. So we kind of have to slow down the coming back in. Good. If it feels too heavy, shift your carriage foot out a little bit. Good. Now we're using the backs of the hands and trying to press into the ring as hard as we can. So you should feel the sides and the back of the shoulder a little bit more. Okay, now this time when we press the carriage out, we're also going to bend the knees and arrive in an equal squat, body between the feet, and then we come back in. So get as wide with the feet as you can and as deep into that bend of the knees. Yeah, if you need to angle your toes out a little bit to make that more comfortable, you can. Good, slow and steady, no sudden moves on those springs. Down and then up. So good, you guys, so much work for the sides of the hips. Let's do 2 more. All right, now get out there and stay. Hold your squat, and we're just gonna pulse up and down, and that carriage is gonna wanna zoom in and move your foot. Don't let it, keep it still. 4, 3, 2, stand all the way up and bend the elbows. All right, you guys, last thing here, same grip of the hands. We're gonna do kind of a speed skater move, okay? So this is a little more advanced than some of the single leg presses maybe you've done before. So make sure you're comfortable with that. So we're gonna start in a squat, carriage is touching the stopper. Now, I'm gonna push off of my platform leg to go out. Now, make sure my head doesn't go past my foot. Once I'm out there, I'm gonna switch which leg is bent, which leg is straight, and then come back. So I push with the platform, switch on the way in to return. So this one takes a little bit of practice to master. So you really switch, switch, in, switch, switch, and you can just leave your elbows bent, push on the ring, and focus on the legs. So 1, 2, in, out, out, in. That's it. If this is too complicated, feel free to just push with one leg at a time. A couple more times. 1, 2, in. So the trick is you have to push even harder with that carriage leg while there's already so much tension on the springs. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Good. 1, 2, in. So you always have one bent, one straight leg at all times. Last one. Whew, and then stand up. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, last thing here with the hands on the inside of the ring. Go back to our straight leg presses, and we're gonna lean forward with a flat back, reach the ring towards the floor, bend the elbows, reach the ring to the ceiling. Reach to the floor, reach to the ceiling. Good. Now if you want this to feel more stretchy, move your foot closer to the shoulder rests. If you want this to feel like more work for the glutes, move your foot closer to the inside edge. So you can kind of decide, and if you're somewhere in between, then it's kind of a happy medium. Yes. Keep your back nice and flat, and then up. 2 more. Flat back, pushing into the ring with the hands. Last one. Whew, very good. All right, all that on the other side. So step to the solid, turn around. All right, so set up the feet, take a breath in. You're gonna exhale, push the carriage out, and reach the ring forward, and then return. So my arms are straight, and then bent. Push, and then pull. So this is a good time to adjust the foot placement if you need different resistance. Okay, now the arms continue. We add a bend of the knees, and then return. Bend, and then return. And it's this big, huge, wide, turned out squat. Whew, good. You can change the angle of the feet if you need to. Down and up. Keep your back nice and long. Good, you guys. Let's do 2 more. And then we're going to pulse. Pause at the bottom and hold. Pulse up and down without letting the carriage move. Oh, that's so hard. Don't let it move. Kick, kick, kick with the foot. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then stand on up. Whew. Okay, now we do our little fancy speed skater move. Ready? So start in your squat. Push off of your platform leg first. So we push out till I'm in a side lunge. Now I switch which leg is bent, which leg is straight, and I come back. Now once we get it, we can smooth it together. We push off the platform, switch legs, return. 1, 2, switch. Swish, swish, stretch. If you want to think of it as a noise, if that helps, like a little swish, swish, and in. Good. 1, 2, and in. So feel really kind of soft and buoyant in your knees. If you get stuck, you're not going to be very successful. Whew. All right, you guys, couple more times. Feels good once you get it in your body. Last one. Whew, and then stand up. Whew. So good. Okay, now let's do our flat back. I'm going to turn and face you. Do our flat back hinges. So same as before. Ready? Reach to the floor with a flat spine, and then stand and reach up. Reach down and reach up. Whew, so good. So it's up to you if you want this to be more stretch for the inner thighs or more work for the outer thighs. So we kind of talked about how to do that. Yeah, adjust the foot placement. So good. Do that 2 more times. This is our last thing, pushing on the ring. So give it all your force with the hands. Whew, last one. Oh, so good, you guys. All right, carefully step down off the back of your machine. We're going to finish with a super quick little stretch for our hamstrings using the ring. So come down onto your back, lie down on your carriage. Whew. Okay, and then you're just going to reach up and place both balls of your feet on the inner pad of the ring. Be as neutral as you possibly can in your low back. Now grab on, and all I want you to do is flex and extend the ankles. So I'm pulling with my hands and getting a nice little calf stretch here. Nice and easy. And the more pull you give from the arms, the more resistance those calves will have on the push. All right, now when your ankles are flexed, bend your knees, pull with the elbows, and then push up and straighten the legs. So I flex my knees and ankles, and then push up to the ceiling. Very good. Down and up. Good. Couple more times. Try to leave your tailbone heavy on the mat. Kind of open the elbows out to the side. Last one. Very good. Now just leave the legs straight and do a couple bend and releases of your elbows. You can just leave your feet however's comfortable. You're just going to exhale and pull to stretch out the hammies. Inhale and release. All right, last little thing here to give our upper back a little stretch. You're going to kick the feet down into the ring, arms are straight, nod your chin, and just round your shoulder blades off of the carriage. And then roll back down, bend your elbows, and pull into that hammy stretch. Do that again. Legs press, chin nods, and just the leverage of the feet into the ring should be enough to pull you forward. Good, couple more times, and your low back stays down, so nothing crazy. Good, let's go 2 more times. Last one. All right, lay down, take one last pull from your arms to stretch the backs of those legs. Whew. All right, slip your feet out of the ring, roll over and come up. We are done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's standing magic circle workout. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up down below. Leave me any feedback or requests down in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. And I would love it if you shared this video with a friend. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.